Hello again. Most of us find the cost of public transport these days ruinously expensive. At a time when we are being discouraged from using cars, one might think that some attempt would be made to make the cost of buses, tubes and railways a little more reasonable. In London, where there seems to be a fixed determination to force motorists off the road entirely by means of the ultra-low emission zone, parking restrictions, the imposition of low traffic neighbourhoods and so on, the idea appears to be that we should all rely on the crowded tube trains and buses. We are of course expected to pay for these things, which for commuters can work out at £15 a day or so if they travel into town at peak hours. One group of people, though, are not likely to have to pay a penny in the near future, and that is illegal immigrants, or asylum seekers as they are now called. The London Assembly have now voted to give all foreigners who enter the country illegally free travel on London transport. They are pressing the Mayor of London on this issue. Why, you ask? What is the rationale behind this grotesque proposal? Perhaps I should allow the Assembly member who put forward the motion to explain in her own words why we should accept such a dreadful idea. Ellie Baker says, "London is a welcoming city and we want to ensure it remains that way. The cost of public transport shouldn't be a barrier to asylum seekers integrating into our communities, especially given that most asylum claims are eventually granted. I applaud Citizens UK and asylum seekers for their dedicated advocacy on this issue, and I'm calling on the Mayor to work with partners, including borough councils, the NHS and voluntary organisations, to explore ways of supporting asylum seekers with public transport access." Of course, for the rest of us, the cap on bus fares has now been raised from £2 to £3, a 50% increase, and London Transport are about to increase the cost of fares by 5% across the board. At risk of sounding heartless, racist and xenophobic, I cannot help but wonder whether or not unemployed people in London might also benefit from such a move. Why is a scheme like this only being urged for foreigners who have entered Britain illegally? Most people who have heard about this think the idea of raving mad. I'm not only talking about white racists either. There are plenty of black people in the capital and those of South Asian ancestry who live in London who would appreciate subsidised or free travel. But no, in modern Britain only foreigners are thought to deserve such special treatment, paid for of course from our council tax. In the description to this video I give a link to a news item about this matter.